Hi, so the next task we're going to perform is going to be actually adding content to a page. In the last video, we showed how to do some simple edits. This is going to be very similar. So we're going to go ahead and let's click into the home page here and get that to go ahead and load up in the admin view. As you recall from the previous video, we have our widgets toolbar over in the right hand side, which we're going to be leveraging during this task. So let's go ahead and determine that we want to add some content down here below news updates, or maybe above news updates, but let's go with below. So I'm going to simply click on the content block, which is going to be the most commonly used type of content in the site. We're going to drag it over here and you'll see a container up here. Simply release the focus on the mouse and you've added a content block. Now to go ahead and add content into that area, we're going to click edit as we did previously. And we're going to add some content in this area. Very creative, I know. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste here to make life a little bit easier. And we're going to go ahead and decide that we want to add a title. So this is our title. And we're going to click save. So in doing so, you're going to see it's all appeared down here in this side. And you said, gosh, you know, the heading certainly doesn't look like it does over there. Let's go back in and make a modification. And this was supposed to be a bulleted list, and it's not a bullet. So let's go fix that. So we're going to click back in. And we're going to simply swipe this is our title. And we're going to select heading 2 from it. And then down here on these items, we're going to go ahead and make this a bulleted list by simply clicking the bulleted list icon and clicking save. As you can see, it has styled the subheader headline in a similar fashion as the rest of the page, but you're looking at it saying, you know what, I think the page is too long on the side. I really should have put it in the main body of the page. Well, that's no problem. All we're going to do is simply click on it and drag it over there, and it presents itself over there. Likewise, if you wanted to say, hey, instead of shelter registration, we want to have learn more first, you can simply click on that and move it ahead of that, and you can see that it's that easy to move things around within the page. So again, to make sure we are pleased with our edits, we're going to click preview. And a preview of the page will load. I promise a preview of the page will load. Internet's a little bit slow right now. Okay, so there we go. And as we scroll down, we can see we've moved that. We've got a little spacing issue we want to contend with there. And then we've added our title and our bulleted list down below. Like going back into the page, we're like, gosh, that doesn't look quite right. Let's go ahead and restore it back to where it was. You can see it's an easy drag and drop kind of functionality. And here is our title, clicking preview to make sure everything restored to the way it was supposed to over there. That looks great, and here's the information we have added to the page. If we're done with the preview, simply close that tab and click publish. In this case, I do not want to publish this to the front end, so I am going to click cancel or back to pages. Yes, I am sure. It always prompts you to make sure you're intending to click or leave before saving, so sort of a little safety precaution there. Okay, so the next task we're going to perform in terms of adding content is going to be in the content section itself. Assume we have a task that we need to go ahead and add a new news story because there's been some recent developments with partnering organizations or a board change or something of that nature, and this would be an appropriate place to do that. So all it was required to add a new item is to simply click create a news item or a new item, and you're going to have an experience load that sort of walks you through the different types of content that you can put in here. A title of the article is pretty intuitive. Here is where you would want to write the body of your article. Now it's important when copying and pasting from another program into here not to do it directly from Microsoft Word, because you will experience some interesting little styling challenges if you do that. I always recommend, on all computers, there's a program called Notepad. I suggest using Notepad, copy and paste from Microsoft Word into Notepad, and then from Notepad into here. That will make sure that any of the Microsoft style formatting has been eliminated, and it will inherit the styles it's supposed to. So simply adding your title here and body copy in this section is all that's really required. Again, you still have the same formatting options as you do in the other editor view. Now, you are going to want to add a little bit more information in this section. You're going to scroll down and you're going to see categories and tags. And this is an area where we're going to have some pre-existing tags, or you can add new ones. I always recommend sort of having a defined set and working from those. So if we want to add from existing tag, you see a little link down here. It says select from existing. I can go ahead and click that. And apparently we don't have any tags in there, so I'm going to go ahead and add a tag. And the add tag is going to be shelter animals. If I could type, it would be so much better. Shelter animals, clicking add, and you'll see the tag has been added. Also, this tag will appear with all articles that are used in the future. If you want to add another tag besides shelter animals, maybe it is shelter outcomes, and we can go ahead and add that too. And so those tags have been associated with the article. We can simply collapse that. Here's additional information that it's optional, but it's not really configured to provide, but if there is an author that you need to credit or a source you need to credit, you can certainly do that in these text fields. And then under more options, this is going to be an important one. If you don't want people to comment on the post, you're going to need to deselect allow comments. Otherwise, individuals could come in, leave comments. You might have to manage that. They might put things there that you don't like. So I just always recommend turning off that feature. And then once we're done, we're going to click publish. Now I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to click publish because if I do, it will appear in our news listings, and I don't think we really want this article in the news listing. So I'm going to click back to news or cancel. Again, there's the prompt that says, are you sure? Yes, I am sure. And it drops you back on the news listing page, which if we had added it, you would see a fourth item here. One important thing that additional item that I meant to show you previously is down at the very bottom. You can kind of just barely see it with my screen here. Let me drag that. There's going to be a more actions. So the important feature under here under more actions is publish, unpublish on specific date. Selecting this feature will allow you to publish an article at any time you like and have it not go live until you define that it's okay to be published. And in the event that it is timely information that you only want up for 30 days, you can select a date and time which the article will sort of unpresent from the front end. It will still be in the back end, but you can control it. So you can see here by clicking into it, it shows us the date that it was published on. We could change that to some point in the future should we like to do that. And then the unpublish, likewise we can determine when we want it to no longer publish. Again, I'm going to cancel out of here, which actually says cancel, because I don't want to influence everything that we got working so far. So that is basically all there is to adding a new story to the CMS. Very simple, very straightforward. Again, there's not really a preview from the article section, so you're going to want to go to the pages where that's presented on and sort of check it out from the front-end experience, but it is going to inherit the style properties that the other articles did, so it should look exactly like the others.